Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's webinar where we review some of the Batch 4 websites. This is a really good chance if you're working on Batch 4 to get some feedback before you review your site with your Elite WordApper. It's also a great moment to ask questions if you're doing any site setups and you want to learn a bit more about how to improve your setup. This webinar is very informal. Basically, anyone who joins can unmute their microphone and they can ask questions. So feel free to jump in and ask some questions if you have anything. If you have more sites that you would like me to review, please post them in the chat. Then I go through them. I have 3 sites open right now, a Swedish site, a Finnish site, and one of the English sites that I want to go through. Please, you guys also jump in with some feedback and some things that you think are good. Otherwise, it's just me talking, which is really, really boring, I think. So the first site that I wanted to look at is this site that Helene did in Swedish, the veganista.se. What do you guys think? Good site, first view, or?
I do. I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you think is good about this site? What makes it stand out in your opinion?
It's about food.
It's about food, yeah. My Swedish also sucks, that's for sure. But yes, I mean, it's right away clear what this site is about. I think that is really good. Anything else that stands out? I mean, that what it's about food, clearly, but there's some other stuff here going on as well that makes it, I think, really, really good to look at.
The images.
Images stand out a lot, yes. What
Yeah.
I really like is, I mean, these bullet points here. I don't know what they mean. I guess recept means recipe, but it gives me right away an idea of what I can find on this website. So when I open up this site, I can see right away what it is about. The nice thing is, if I look at the meta title here, within the meta title, it also repeats again recipes, tips, and some other things there. So when I click on the meta title in the Google search results and I come to this page, it right away again reflects, hey, this is what this site is about. So I get this confirmation thing going on, which is really, really important when you end up on a site. You want to see right away, am I in the right place or not? So I think that is really, really good with this site. The images, of course, bright images, clearly about the topic, makes a lot of sense. The text is also nicely split up. This image here, it fits directly with the content. I mean, both in terms of the content itself, but also the length. Here we have more images going on. This one is a bit funky. So the image and the paragraph, they're not completely aligned. Not really annoying, but it is something that I would improve just to get it a bit better. If we scroll down here a bit, here I see something weird. Who else sees something weird here in this section?
It's missing title or something. It's the blog post is there alone.
Yeah, okay, the blog post is alone. Yeah, I can overlook that. So obviously, I mean, normally more blog posts would show up here, but there's only one blog post. But what stands out to me is that here it's written by admin, which is weird. I mean, what admin? I mean, doesn't admin have a name or something like that? So that is something that I wouldn't accept normally. I would update that. Anyone, any idea on how to update this? How to change this name?
I learned off Summer today.
You learned, good. So walk me through it. I'll log into the site through the website manager. Where do I click? Because I guess everything is in Swedish. So let's see where we end up.
Goodness gracious me. I know you have to click the Hi Admin on the top of the page up there. Admin.
Okay.
Open that. Oh, mine looked a bit different than that.
Yes.
No, the Hey Admin.
So
no, okay. So I might need help again.
So it's under users here. I mean, this one is in Swedish, of course. There's users, and if I go to all users, I see here the person admin. I can change that name.
I got to that page.
So let's come up with some name here. Let's take Johanna. Is that a Swedish name? I guess so. I can change the visible name to Johanna, and then I can just save it here. If I do that, then the author name will change. So now on the home page, instead of admin, it will just say Johanna, which makes it just a bit more friendly, I guess, and it makes it also look real. I mean, there's a real person behind this. this I see quite often on sites as well. So this is an email address, obviously, but this one, I cannot click it and actually send an email. It's not the end of the world, of course, but it just makes it a bit user-friendly if you actually make this a clickable email. Also, it's a sign to Google that actually says, hey, there's an email here, we're accepting emails, so you can do something with that. So I would just update this as well. Usually when you want to do a clickable email, you actually need to do a little bit of coding for that. It's a very simple HTML link. So if I just open up the footer here, then I can go to this email. And instead of doing the text email, I can just do a link here. The link is always mail to, and then the email address. So if I do that, you see it becomes clickable. And if I click it, it will actually open up my email account and I can send an email there. Let's save that and go away from this again. Let's see if it changed. Good. Here on the top as well, one thing that is a bit awkward. So this is obviously the line of the boxed content here. All of the boxed content is outlined until there, but the menu is way further to the left. So let's check the header and see what is going on there. You see there's an extra column here that is completely empty, and that's preventing this from actually being outlined on the right. Only thing I want to check on mobile, if there's anything in that column maybe. I don't think so. So let's take that column away and see what happens. Still works here. So let's update that and see what it looks like when we close this. So now the image becomes really, really big. So that's most probably why she put this extra block in there. So what I'll just do is I'll download this image again, and I'll just resize it a bit on my computer so that it looks a bit better. Let's adjust the size. You guys cannot see this probably. Let's see, global header. Site logo, okay. Just replace this with an image, then I have some more control over it. Let's put it left and see what that looks like. Better, but it's still a bit weird here with the outlining of the things. See if we can fix that. So I just put this in the middle here as well. So then all of it is in the middle. Let's see, do we have anything here? No, this is fine. This way it looks better already, I think. The only thing I need to check is on my mobile phone as well. It's again something you guys cannot see that I'm doing, but always check on your mobile phone to see what things look like. Always make sure you do it on an incognito window so that you see if everything is good there as well. Oops, I'm going to the wrong site, .se. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Let's check some of the pages here. Same thing again, good images, which makes it really nice to read. I think this yellow color here, it's good, but it's a little bit hidden away. So I would do this white a bit whiter so that it just stands out a little bit more. So I can do that here. So the reason you want the text always to stand out from the background is because Google might actually say, hey, this is not, you're trying to hide away text from me, which Google really doesn't like. So I'll just make it a bit whiter so that it's very, very clear that, that this text is there and that it's supposed to be read. Can you guys still hear me, or am I gone? I think I'm back now.
You have gone.
Yes, move around a little bit. So I just made this background here a bit more standing out so that the text is actually readable. For the rest, I guess, again, very good page, very nice with the colors here. It actually stands out very. A lot of spacing here in the footer area. I actually looked at this site before a bit to see why this is going on. The reason is that on the home page here, she actually has the FAQ section there. So if she doesn't have that spacing, this FAQ section will not really look good. So I'm not going to change it. It doesn't really bother me, but you could do a footer that is separate for the home page and one that is separate for the sub pages, just to make it a bit better. Same with this image here. I think it doesn't really look good like this. I would just take the background away and make it white. But again, it doesn't really bother me. I think overall it's a really, really good website. I just took this link away from here, so I'll just have to put that back in. Let me do that. What do you guys think with this website? Good website, bad website? What do you think? I mean, do you learn anything from this?
I've just been talking into my unmuted term.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, I like the site. I like the colours and I like the way it pops, but I also like the way I can go through it, even though it's in another language.
Exactly. I think that is very, very important with the website, especially when you do the design for a site that, I mean, it works in any language, really. Okay, so I think this is a good example of a site that is, I mean, really, really good. Then what site? This is a site Sana just sent me. It's a Finnish site, of course. My Finnish is even worse than my Swedish. What do you guys think of this one? Anyone?
I can't get an idea what it's about from what I'm looking at.
Okay, yes. Johanna, Sana, you guys actually speak Finnish. Emmy, what do you guys think? Johanna says pretty nice.
I think it looks good from the...
I think so too. I think so too. I mean, there's an image here at the top. It doesn't really make it pop at all, which is, I mean, I think in this case, really good. The image, I mean, for the logo here, very simple, just a text logo, but the colors nicely fit. There is a subheader here that explains me, I guess, what this page is about and what this site is about. If I scroll a bit down here, I think this all looks very good. These colors here, yeah, doesn't really bother me. This one here, you see this link, it disappears a bit into the background, which is kind of difficult. You could do some stuff with the color links of the links of the colors, which might be helpful here. Or, I mean, you could just change the color of this background altogether and work it around that one. Here for the blog post, I mean, nice, of course, with the category here. The only issue I have here a bit is that you're repeating the introduction of the text. Which is not bad normally, but it very quickly becomes duplicate content if you have, I mean, a lot of short blog posts on your site. So I would take this snippet here away. I would just do the title and the read more, just so that you don't get any duplicate content issues. The risk, of course, is when you have something like this, I mean, especially since the keyword comes back, I mean, 3 times here, it seems, that, that you start ranking on the wrong page for this keyword. So I would take this, this excerpt away. I would not show it on the homepage. Nice FAQ here. There's 3 of them. I would probably put them in 3 columns next to each other on desktop, just so that you don't have any like weird empty space here. Or write the 4th one. It's also possible. Footer, simple footer, pretty good. Some image, some links to all the pages. Oops, where did I go? some kind of warning here, I guess. So here, same thing again with the email address. I would make this clickable. For the rest, I think this looks like a very good website. Let's look at the subpages. This looks a bit funky to me. I mean, the home page, of course, is full width. And then when I get to this subpage here, somehow it is boxed in. I don't really get why. And the links, of course, they not only disappear really, but also the capitalization here is missing. And it seems like it has two links that go to the exact same page in this paragraph, which is really weird. It doesn't make any sense at all. So this page, I mean, I don't think is very good. I mean, the outline is all nice, but I would do it full width. Do you guys know how to make a page full width if it is not? Anyone?
On the stretch on the Elementor.
Yeah, yes, but the page first needs to be full width, which it is not now, it seems. So under your page settings here, you can...
Yes, hit the template.
Exactly.
Elementor full width.
So here on the page attributes, you have templates. Right now it says default templates, and we can just use, for example, Elementor full width. If we use that one, then it should go to the normal full width version. Let's check. Makes all the difference already, I think. These links here, I'm not going to touch right now because that is something someone Finnish has to do. But one, they're disappearing. Two, no capital letter. This is a template issue. Plus, I mean, 2 times the same link, I mean, in here is also a template issue. So whoever built this site needs to take a good look at the templates. Remember, for your template rules, if you do substitutes you use for internal links or external links, always use the rule not first, not last for your keyword matching. This makes sure that you don't have to have any of these issues where the capital letter is not changing. So make sure you fix that in your template, I mean, moving forward. Let's check some other subpages. So same thing here, not full width. This image here, I don't know. I think I would put it next to the paragraph, maybe. Here again, a capitalization issue. So there are some technical issues with this site. Here also a capitalization issue that needs to be fixed. This one is still in English instead of in Swedish, in Finnish. So you can change these, read more in the settings. Make sure you change this as well. So overall, I think it's a really, really good start of this site. I think it's not done yet, but make sure that the pages, I mean, fix them so that they're in full width. I went over that, fix the links, and take a good look at the colors of the links as well, because right now it's too hidden away. Especially links, Google will become very suspicious if you don't have those clearly standing out. So that is something that needs to change there. Sana, do you have anything to add here or?
No.
No. Some spacing issues here. It doesn't really bother me, but it's something, I mean, if you would center this also in the column, I think it would look a whole lot nicer on desktop. Same here with the spacing. There's a lot of spacing at the bottom, but not at the top. So those are some of the things that I would just change.
I would check with mobile.
Let's check mobile. What do I have all here? Let's see. Oops. Can you guys still see mobile or not? I don't think it's shared properly on mobile, right? Or can you guys see my screen there?
No.
No. So mobile is, I mean, mobile you always need to go through. I'll just send this back in here. Can you guys see the website now again or?
Yes.
Yes. So mobile, I cannot show it right now, but mobile is, I mean, check it on your phone always. Make sure that everything there is also as you want it to be. The Elementor has a built-in mobile editor. which helps you a little bit, but it doesn't substitute you actually checking it on your mobile phone. So I think this is a good start, this website, but it still needs, I mean, quite a bit of love. Just checking here on the home page. And so this internal link here, the anchor text doesn't seem to be correct. It should be the complete word of the text we're linking to, and it's not right now. So that makes it a bit weird, especially since this is also the focus keyword of the homepage. Am I right there, Sana, or my Finnish is not great, but.
You are right.
Yes. So this, I mean, the anchor text here needs to change. It should be the focus keyword of the page that we're linking to. For the rest, I think it's a good start. I mean, it's definitely needs some TLC before this site would be approved for batch 4. Do you have any other sites? I had this site this morning that came through. Again, a Finnish site. What do you guys think about the default content? Anyone?
I think it doesn't show what the site is about.
I also have absolutely no idea. Is it about like decoration maybe, or I really don't know. I mean, the image here, I mean, the text, it seems as if it's some kind of like Middle Ages font to me. And then there is no image here. There's a very big word of text, which could mean anything. Let's translate it to English. Let's see what comes up. Living room. I mean, no subtitles, so it doesn't really tell me like living room what, like design, or living room tips and tricks, or the best room in the house. No images, I mean, really. So I think that makes it look a bit awkward here. I would definitely add an image here. So images, it's always a bit of a trade-off. I mean, adding an image or speeding up your page. It is a trade-off that you need to keep in mind. But I think in this case, and in most cases, I mean, having an image in the header that that gives some information about the site and brightens the place up a bit is just something you have to do. So really don't be afraid of images. I mean, especially when you're setting up a site first. Speed is something that you can do a lot of things about also with image optimization. It doesn't mean that you have to leave images away altogether. So that is something. I wouldn't add an image here. I would add a subtitle or some bullet points of what this site is actually about. But right now, I think it looks very, I don't think it makes a lot of sense at the moment. Also here in the top, so we have a lot of blue purplish colors going on, but then the links are in red, which is a bit, I don't know, doesn't really seem to make sense for me. And this search bar here, I think it's a good idea to have a search in the header, but if I try to type anything here, I cannot actually see anything that I'm typing. So that doesn't really work. Either this text box needs to be bigger, or you need to do a search that actually pops up as a pop-up. Here also this image, of course, is way too long. The image needs to be a lot smaller so that it actually fits next to the text. That is something on the Veganista that Helene did very good there. Let's see. So this image here, it fits more or less perfectly with the paragraph next to it. Then it is very easy to read. Right now, it just looks as if either something here is missing or something else. So that needs to change here. Let's scroll down through it a bit more. Here again, the image too big. And somehow the outline here is different on these two paragraphs. So that is something that needs to be checked, and probably there's either some padding or some extra space that is turned around this paragraph here that needs to go. The image needs to be way smaller so that it actually fits next to the text. The footer here, what do you guys think of the footer?
Maybe double logos are not so nice.
I think also that looks a bit funky, yes. Also, I mean, I don't know how good this translation is, but to have a title for the like internal links that says pages, I mean, doesn't really tell me anything. It's good here, at least there is some kind of subtitle, like best interior design ideas and trends. I would really like to see that in the header. Would really like to see that here somewhere as well. So the double logo makes it a bit awkward. Also the outline here, so everything's centered. I don't think it looks too good. These sites are obviously pretty small, so they need, it needs some like filling up, and you need to come up with some ideas to be a bit creative there. But doing a double logo, that just doesn't work. The link here is clickable, so the email address, that is good. So at least we have that covered. Anything else here hidden? No. Let's look at one of the sub pages. Same thing here again, of course, the header, at least there's a subtitle here, makes it better, but it needs some kind of image. Right now it is, especially since this site is about interior design and like making things pretty. I mean, there's a lot of room here to have a good image. This just needs an image here. Image here again, way too big. Okay. I think it's a bit weird that this is, I mean, everything here is boxed. So boxed means that there's a lot of space left and right, and this one is not. I think that looks a bit awkward here. So I would also put this in a boxed version. It's the same really on all these pages. Here we have at least a name change, that is good. We have read more in Finnish, that is good. But I'm guessing this site, this blog post has an image. It does. So I think that should come back here as well. Otherwise it makes it look very, very empty. Here we have the blog post. I don't know why most of you guys seem to do that, but in blog posts you can have this sidebar here. And if you have a sidebar with some widgets in it, it makes the whole site, I mean, it fills it up a bit more. It also makes navigation a whole lot easier. So right now I'm in the blog post. If I want to go back to the blog, the only thing I can do is either click here blog or use my browser back button to go back to the blog. So both on the blog archive page, which is this one, as well as on the actual post page, I would add a sidebar with an image or maybe some call to action, maybe recent posts, maybe an overview of text. Right now, of course, it will look a little bit empty because there's only one blog post, but it will just help the quality of the site once we start adding more blog posts there. This one is, I mean, obviously not good. I don't know if you guys can see the link here, but it has this -2 in it. Anyone, any idea why that is happening?
The original page is still there.
Yeah, so there's pages here that already have this link. So WordPress automatically amends it with this -2. Make sure that when you delete the page that you also delete it from the trash. If you don't delete it from the trash, Google or the WordPress will still keep that URL dedicated. So you cannot actually recreate that URL. So that is something, I mean, that needs to be changed here. Otherwise, this will just not work. So there is a couple of things here. Yes.
Could I ask a question?
Of course.
It's about working on the blog page once you've archived it. Because if I try and get onto any of mine once I've archived it, I can't work on it. It just keeps telling me to go back.
What do you mean? I'm not sure that I understand you.
Right. I put the blog on under settings, reading. You put the home page and the blog. Then when I go and try and change something, like to put a sidebar on or just to have a look at it in Elementor, it won't let me.
Right, so there's two things there. Let me just open this site up. So when I say archive page, do you guys know what an archive page is? Or oops.
No.
Anyone, any idea what an archive page is?
I know what archive is, but
yeah, but in WordPress when we're talking about an archive page, anyone, any idea? Emmy, Johanna, Tracy, Brian, Claire, Sana?
No, sorry, I don't. No, even me.
So an archive page is basically, it's an automatically created page by WordPress. So it's a page that doesn't really exist. It has content that is automatically generated and or updated. One example there is the blog page. So if you dedicate in your settings a page for blog posts, it automatically updates any and all blog posts that you put on your site on that page. So if I were to post a new blog post right now, it would always show up on this page because this is my archive page for blogs. Same with search pages. If I search for anything, this page that shows up here, it's an archive page. So it will automatically show up the search results, but I can also make changes here of how I want that page to show. Same with category pages or tag pages. So for example, here in this blog post, I have a category. If I open up that one, I go to this link /category. This is also an archive page that automatically shows up. Some of those pages, like the blog page, let me just switch this to English so that it becomes a bit easier for everyone to understand. Once you've built like 200 sites, then I don't think you will have any problem anymore doing it in any language. But for now, let's put it in English. So there's two ways to adjust these archive pages. The first one is from Customize. And depending on the theme you use, so we usually use the Neve theme, you can find here the settings for layout. For example, block archive. And here you see different options to show this page. You can also show, change the read more text here. You can show different metas. You can show an author avatar, which I will take away here because there was no image there, so it looks a bit funky. So here I can make a lot of the changes and things, but I can also use the theme builder from Elementor. And when I do that, I have a whole lot more control over the page. First, let me show you how to do the sidebar right now, because that, of course, is what you guys were wondering about. So if I do edit page, click this away. So under page attributes here, page settings, right now it doesn't have a sidebar. So here I can show a right sidebar. I can do this on blog posts as well. You can show a sidebar on that page. And when I do that, right now it shows a sidebar here. Of course, it's very little because, I mean, the settings of the page are not really for it right now. So that's why I wouldn't do it with this theme in this way. I would here use the Elementor theme builder. Oops, I need the other one. So this is on a lot of themes, especially on the blog posts themselves, this is how you can do it. And then if you go to widgets, here you can change what is actually showing up in the sidebar. So in this case, I'll just take it away. No sidebar. Let's see if I can show you in a blog post. Maybe it's a bit easier there. Where is my link here? So now I have a sidebar here with a lot of content in it. Of course, these don't really make any sense. So I can go to widgets. Here I have my sidebar. So here I can, for example, show comments. We don't have any comments on this site, so those can go. Archives can go. Categories I could show, but right now we only have one category. Meta I don't want to show. Here I can also change the titles if I want to put them in any other language. Since my Finnish is not so good, I will not be doing that today. So now I have a sidebar here with search and some latest content, recent posts. So I can add some other content items here as well as widgets just to make the page a bit more interesting. But it will give a lot of easier navigation and also better indexing to the site. So I will leave this here. This can be fixed. Another way to do this is what I said with Elementor Pro, which we install on all the sites. So here you have something called templates. Oops, templates, and you have Team Builder. From the Team Builder, you can create archive pages, add a new archive. And you can use templates to actually build a nice archive page for example, search results or for blog posts or anything like that. So that is also one way to use this. Sana, I don't know who built this site, but I left it in a little bit of disarray. So please tell the person to add the sidebar and put it all in Finnish and everything there.
Okay.
Do we have any other sites? Yes, we have one more. Let's see. This one. So this is not really a batch 4 site, but it's someone who's been working on one of the common sites. What do you guys think? Any feedback? Anyone?
In the picture, the person is clearly looking for the truth.
Yes. Yeah, I think the image fits very nicely. I would switch them around, I mean, on desktop at least, so that the person is actually looking also at the title, just so that, I mean, optically you get a bit of a better read there. On the like mobile, of course, you need to make sure that the title is on top, but on desktop, I would switch them around. What do you guys think about the menu here at the top? Don't be shy, guys.
Little small.
Little small, yeah. I think, I mean, I think it's good that there is this email address here, but it looks broken to me almost. I mean, where is this supposed to be? So it doesn't, normally the email address would be on the right upper corner or the left upper corner somewhere of a website. So don't, I mean, try not to break any of the general website rules. So normally if you're looking for an email address on a website, you would either find it at the very top of the page or you would find it at the very bottom in the footer somewhere. So try not to break those generic rules that people have come up with. Color-wise, yeah, okay. I'm not a big fan, but I think it makes sense. I haven't looked through the rest of the site yet. So if I'm looking at it, I mean, why are these colors different? If these colors would be the same, it would make sense. But I think, I mean, this red color is good. It should be here as well. I think in the menu, I would change the name of the homepage. I mean, Agent Casino, Can You Handle the Truth is more like a tagline. So I would just make this homepage or Agent Casino, and I would put the tagline somewhere with the logo here. This, of course, is good. The only thing here is a bit that if you don't put the anchor text in the URL, it's a little bit funky maybe. So I would use a text link or something like that. I would take these buttons away and I would say like, read more about Live Casino. This is already linked here, so you don't even need this button really. So this is already linked with the correct anchor text. So I would just take this read more button away altogether. They're breaking as well for some reason here, ... So again, I would change that a bit. I don't think that is very good. Image here, either the image is too big or the content is too little. So I would change that. This one, does this belong together, these 5 paragraphs, or why is this white thing in between here? I don't really get that. This, so again, I would take, I mean, these excerpts, I would not show them on any pages. I mean, just for duplicate content reasons, I would take that away. Same with this no comments. I mean, no comments, of course, is not very positive. And since we will not get any comments.
How do you get them out? Because I have tried and better tried.
Let's log into the site and let's take them away. Good that you ask, makes it a lot easier. I need to go from here.
Remember, I can only follow you so fast.
Let's see. So you've actually given a name to the author, which is really, really good. I think we should show that here as well. Let's edit this page. Do we still have everyone online? Yes.
Yes.
There's only a few people talking. Everyone is very, very quiet.
Yes, I'm here.
After this, does anyone have another site that we should go through or any other general questions? Oops. So here we have all the blog posts. And here I have the blog posts. So at the bottom here, I have metadata. And now I have date and comments here. So I can just take comments away. And I can add, for example, author if I want. So then it looks a bit better, I think.
Right, so that was got through the column, was it? Edit posts. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to actually go to the Elementor widget.
Right.
So then the excerpt, I would take it away from here as well. Where is it? Here. And then read more, of course, it becomes obsolete because we already have the link where they can click. So we just add them like this.
Looks a lot neater. Like that.
This one here, I don't know why this is so this title seems a bit too long. So it breaks onto the second line. And then this is somehow outlined in the center. Not quite sure. What do you guys think of the footer? Anyone?
Really neat.
Really neat. I think it's good as well. I like it actually. I think it's a good footer here. Let's see if the links work. What do you guys think of this page? Come on, guys. Brian, what do you think? Emmy, Johanna, Sana, Tracy, Claire, Linda.
Maybe it needs some text on top.
Yes, I think, right now, if I would land on this, so you have to imagine as a user, you click on the meta title in description in Google. It says here, Agent Casino reviews the best. Not a very strong meta title. And then I land on this page here. It says live casino games, but nothing else. I don't see any content here. There is actually quite a bit of content on this page. So there needs to be some content available above the fold. So when we talk about above the fold means when you first load a page without scrolling, whatever is visible there, there needs to be some content there. And right now it only says live casino games and an image. For me, it looks, also the outline here, it looks as if this site is broken. I would just leave away like right away. Again, the colors here, I think this red color is good, but it doesn't work with this green here at all.
No, why it isn't red?
I don't know.
Well, we know.
So here we have, the focus keyword of the home page is the name of the site, Agent Casino. So can you handle the truth? That is not really the focus keyword here. The focus keyword should be Agent Casino. That should be the link to the home page. Oops, where do we go now? This is a bit funky. Reusing the same section in Elementor, which just defies the purpose a bit of it actually nicely flowing together. I think this part is really good. Although I would put the title in here, but then here you have again the same section. It doesn't actually flow nicely with in regard to how it works with page design. Same image here, I don't know why. Yeah, the subpages, they need some love. So it's totally okay to reuse the subpage template, so the page template. But images, of course, need to change. And I think this one is terribly strong. So if you would take a look at, I mean, the Veganista, of course, which I think is just a really, really good site. I think it's an example everybody should be looking at. I mean, the images here, it just looks like a very full page. So there's some content here, but it all sticks together a bit more. Here, when you start copying sections in Elementor, it just defies the purpose a bit. I mean, it doesn't flow nicely anymore. You have this line, then white again, and then a new section starts. So that needs some love there for sure. So I think overall it's a pretty good try. I think the homepage makes sense, but it still needs a lot of final touches. I mean, this one, it needs some tech line here. This one needs to be fixed. Colors needs to be fixed. Take these like things away. This is again the image that is on all the pages, it seems. I don't know really why. So yeah, this site needs quite a bit of love still. Do you guys have any feedback here or? So then the last thing I saw, because I have it open in my tab here, of course, is the block here on this Finnish site. Maybe it's the same on the English side. Let's check. So here also the blog doesn't have any meta title and description. Don't forget to add a meta title and description to your blog page. So same thing as always on the edit page. Make sure that you add a blog meta title and description there as well. Because obviously we want to rank that page and we want to actually get some traffic to it. So make sure it looks good in the search results as well. So that is pretty much it then, I think, for today. Next week, I will go through some more sites again, if people join and have sites that they want me to look at. Do you guys have any questions, I mean, about how to do things, stuff you're struggling with, anything? Can also be order sheets or templates or projects or things like that, because obviously that's part of batch 4 as well. Keyword research, metas.
Yeah, one of the things, like with that one, when it was written, the order that came in, the plug and focus keyword, the slug, sorry, plug, was Agent Casino, can you handle the truth?
Yes.
So it sort of just taking that, that's what they want. You know, we've had some crazy page headings, focus keywords to work with. One today is like about, and then the casino name. There's absolutely nothing on keyword research on them.
No, so I mean, you need to check in with, I mean, whoever is managing the project there, but most of the times for those cases, it's more of a header suggestion or a tagline suggestion than anything else. So if the keyword is about site name, then the site name is the focus keyword for that page. It's just that they want the about page. I mean, it should be the about page. So they're mixing the stuff in the order sometimes a little bit. So it's not so much batch 4 related this, but check in with, I mean, in this case, Sana. In those cases, I mean, like Agent Casino here, the focus keyword for the homepage is Agent Casino. Yeah. Can you handle the truth? That is more like a tagline, I mean, to make the homepage interesting and to give some direction to the site.
If I know it's a suggestion, I can play with it. But, you know, I was under the impression that's what we've got to work with. So it's, again, just finding out some of the basics as I'm going along.
I mean, it's the same as, I mean, writing a text in Word app. If there's spelling mistakes in the keywords, I mean, flag the task. Same thing here. If you're building a site, you are responsible for it. If you have any questions about, I mean, keywords or orders given or instructions given that you think are weird or that you don't agree with, always bring it up with someone just to look at it. I mean, and that's for everyone doing batch 4 as well. If for whatever reason you feel that the instructions don't make sense, or, I mean, whatever, then bring it up. I mean, do as I say, don't do as I do. I mean, what's the saying there? I mean, it's the same thing here. I mean, try to think for yourself. And if you think like this doesn't make sense, and as a focus keyword, Agent Casino, can you handle the truth? is a bit long. I mean, it's agent casino here. That's the focus keyword. Can you handle the truth? It's just a tagline.
So like about agent casino could be an about us.
It's an about us, and the
well,
focus keyword is, I mean, the name of the
agent,
site.
yeah.
Yes.
About agentcasino.net doesn't really read well in English, so
Yeah.
And it's another long one.
Yes.
So we just discussed it this morning, and as it's going to be about the other pages, then we've already got the keywords for
Exactly.
it. So.
Anyone else? Anything? Batch 4? Brian, I think you will be starting batch 4 sometime this week. I think Tracy is working on batch 4. So you guys don't really have anything yet. Yes?
Yeah. I'm thinking I'll start my batch 4 on Thursday.
Okay, good. Just email whenever you're ready for it. I mean, when you're prepared. I mean, the only way is to dig in and to get started on it.
Yeah.
Emmy, Johanna, you guys feel you can move forward now?
Yes, I think so.
Good. Okay, guys, so then I'll be closing it up. If you have anything, I mean, just reach out to either your coach or you can reach out to me as well. Just use the chat on the site. We're happy to help. Batch 4 is a lot of work. There's a lot of things there. I mean, not only the technical parts, but also the general design of the page, which just takes some work. What I said, I mean, most importantly, don't go against the general rules of a website. I mean, a header always has some kind of logo. It has a menu and things like that. Don't try to come up with new things there because, I mean, you're not going to win from everyone else building websites. So follow those rules and work with your coach, work with me just to make your site good there. I've built literally thousands of websites by now. So I've been doing this for a while. If you have any problems there, just reach out to me. You don't have to become perfect. I mean, you don't become perfect building one site. It takes a long time. It doesn't mean that you don't pass batch 4. It just means that after that, you still continue working with a coach to improve your sites and to make sure everything is good. So if there's no more questions, then I'll be closing it up. Please do take a good look at this Veganista website. I think it's really, really good. It's a lot of helpful things there. And otherwise, I mean, reach out to me. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll upload the video to YouTube as well if you want to watch it there. And otherwise, feel free to join again on Monday, whether you have a site or not. If you want to learn a bit more about these things and go through some sites together, Monday, 4 p.m. Amsterdam time, I'll be live again looking at some websites. Thanks, everyone, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.